Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bhatia again, and we are back with a new video on your legal Darpan. That is a peek into your weekly legal affairs, and we are back with an episode 11. So if you are new to the channel or you have just joined us live, do make sure that you are hitting on the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit on the bell icon and become the part of the Pratham family. And do make sure that you are watching all the videos, and if you want to help any of your friends by making them study what we are teaching you, so you can always share our videos freely. Okay, so that is something that I wanted to tell you. And if you are new, so you might not know about the Telegram channel that we have, so all the news updates and articles and whatever is coming up in the law entrance arena, we announce it on our channel there itself. So if you are new to our channel, do make sure that you are subscribing to our Telegram channel so that you can get all these updates on legal, GK, current affairs, vocabulary, logical reasoning, and quantitative techniques. So we are dealing in all the subjects so that you can get a roundabout knowledge about the paper that is going to come up in the CLAT. Now, CLAT exam being on 18th of December brings up a lot of questions, right? What should we do now? What should be done? So you can check out our channel. We have made a video recently regarding the CLAT 2023. What should are the tips and tricks that you need to follow to get through? Okay, so you can definitely do that and get a knowledge about what to be done in the CLAT exam, what to be followed, what to study, what not to study in the last 2 days. This will definitely give you a perspective if you are looking for one. Now, the first news for the day. So, UIDAI, that is the Unique Identification Authority of India, right, which has topped the grievance redressal index for the fourth consecutive month in November. Now you will ask that what is the grievance redressal index? That means how well a like a particular government organization is able to go ahead and solve the problems of the consumer, right? So that is called the grievance redressal, or solving the grievances or the problems that people have put up in front of UIDAI, that is Unique Identification Authority of India. Now, the list of the Unique Identification Authority of India was given out by the Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance Department. Okay, this was the list that is published by them. Now, coming to the next part is that the Electronics and the Information Technology Ministry has stated that UIDI has moved towards a central grievance handling mechanism. Okay, now what is this central grievance handling mechanism? Because it runs through an open source customer relations management system. Okay, now the CRM system has enhanced the user experience. Okay, they have helped the users to get their redressals pretty quickly, and also they have improved the service delivery to the residents also that are living in the country. That means all the Indians. Now UIDAI is also taking an artificial intelligence and machine learning based chatbots. Now Aadhaar Mitra, right, is also gaining popularity. As soon as the conversations happening, there are a daily basis of 50,000 people who use that app called Aadhaar Mitra. Now, what is UIDAI? We'll talk about something about that. So if you know that UIDAI was the authority which was established on 12th of July by the government of India, right, under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and following the provisions of the Aadhaar Act of 2016. Okay, then the UIDAI also mandated, okay, that they will assign a 12-digit unique identification number, that is also called the Aadhaar number that we all have. It is called the 12-digit unique identification number, right, for all the residents who are living in India. Now also the UNDAI initially set up was Government of India under January 2009 as an attachment to the office under the aegis of the Planning Commission, right? So that is something about the UIDAI, the Grievance Redressal Index, and also what exactly UIDAI is doing. As you know, it is a statutory authority, right? So now this is the first news for the day, and it can be something that can be asked to you in your general knowledge also. So do make sure that you know what you're talking about now. Now coming to the next news for the day, it is related to UNICEF. So the UNICEF Day was observed on 11th of December and it is celebrated every year. The word UNICEF stands for United Nations International Children's Emergencies Fund. Okay, I hope everybody knows that. And the purpose of this organization is to save children lives by providing them humanitarian aid across the world. Now, as you know, it was originally intended as a relief fund to help children after World War II and to supply them with food, clean water, all the other assistances that are required by them. Now, the aim is to eliminate hunger, violation of child rights, and against discrimination, against race, religion, caste, creed, whatever you can think of. Now, what is the basic part of UNICEF Day? Now, the day came into existence after the Second World War, right, to assist people who needed help and whose lives were at risk. Now, later in 1953, UNICEF became a permanent agency of the United Nations. Now, they wanted to provide food and assistance for the well-being of the children, and later they announced as UNICEF in 1964. Now later it became a permanent agency of the United Nations. That's why we see a lot of UNESCO, UNICEF workers all around, because they're trying to help the world in a global level. Now coming to the next part of the day, there is a new CM. You can see the photo of the person. His name is Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, who has sworn in as the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. He's also taken oath with the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Mukesh Agnihotri. Now the Governor Rajendra Vishwanathan Alkekar administered the oath to both. So that means now you have an extra information that the Chief Minister is given an oath by the Governor, and the Deputy Chief Minister also takes oath with the Chief Minister of the particular state. Now coming to the next part is that the Himachal Pradesh, something about Himachal Pradesh. Now Himachal Pradesh was made the 18th state of the Indian territory on 25th January 1971 under the Himachal Pradesh State Act of 1971. Now coming to the part of the seats that are there in Himachal Pradesh. So the Legislative Assembly seats in Himachal Pradesh are 68. Rajya Sabha seats are 3 and the Lok Sabha seats are 4 with the state. So you can see the calculation of the state remains pretty low. As you know that UP is the largest contributor to the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha seat. Rajya Sabha is different, Lok Sabha seats. Definitely you can see that UP has a humongous population also regarding the same. So Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu has been sworn as the new Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. Now coming to the next part, you can see a passport on your screen. That's right, we are going to talk about passports in India and abroad. What is happening about the passports? So India is ranked 87th in the world's strongest passport list of 2022. Now this list was published by Arton Capital. Okay, now where they were checking out which is the strongest and the weakest passport. Now a passport is obviously a travel document that is given by a country to its citizen that verifies the identity, nationality of the holder for the purpose of international travel. Now the passport index is based on 139 members of the United Nations and the 6 territories that were considered for the list. Now the data is based on official information that is provided by the governments, updated in real time with intelligence that is obtained by either crowdsourcing, or enhanced with proprietary research from highly credible sources. Now coming to the next part, the process includes a three-tier method, right, where they include visa-free, visa on arrival, ETA, e-visa, VF portion of the score versus VOA, and United Nations Development Program of Human Development Index was used as a tiebreaker. Now, what are the key findings of this Artan Capital report? The UAE has the strongest passport in the world. Holders of the passport can travel visa free or visa on arrival to 180 countries. With a UAE passport, travelers can enter 180 countries hassle free. They don't have to go and ask for visa from anyone, and even more than European countries which have a strong passports like Germany and Sweden, and 9 more than Japan, right? Japan was one of the strongest passports. Now if you see, India was ranked 87, Afghanistan was 38, Syria is 39, Iraq 40, right? These are the weakest passports in the world. Top 9 out of 10 most powerful passports are issued to European countries like Germany, Sweden, Finland, Luxembourg, Spain, and France, which were amongst the top 10 performers. You can see that how does your passport functions abroad. This is a clear picture of that. Now coming to the next part is that Oxford has taken out the word of the year, that is called goblin mode. Now what does the goblin mode means? It has been selected by one online vote, obviously, right, as the word of the year. It defines the term as a type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, solvency, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations. So that is called the goblin mode. So you can see unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, solvency, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations. So have you yourself entered in a goblin mode? You need to see that. So last year, the word of the year was vax, because it comes from vaccination. So that is why it is called vax. Now goblin mode received more than 93% of more than 340,000 votes that were cast, with metaverse coming in second with 4%. The hashtag I stand with secured stood at the third position. Now the voting for the Oxford word of the year took place between November of 21st and January 2nd. Meanwhile, Merriam-Webster, an American dictionary publisher, selected gaslighting as the word of year of 2022. According to the Merriam-Webster, there were 1740% rise in gaslighting website searches in 2022, which was the highest interest throughout the year. Now, something about the Oxford word of the year. What happens when Oxford word of the year is coming out, and how do they select it? The Oxford word of the year is a word or an expression reflection the ethos, mood, or preoccupation of the past 12 months, one that has potential as a term of lasting cultural significance. That means that these words will have a significance in our lives also, right? So supported by evidences of real language usage, Oxford editors track candidates as they emerge throughout the years, analyzing frequency, statistics, and other languages data in the Oxford English corpus. So that's how they select, they check the qualifications of that particular word, then only they provide with the word of the year. So this is a very, very important way Oxford selects its word of the day. Now coming to the next news for the day. So you can see a smoking women, but that's not going to be true for New Zealand anymore. So New Zealand has passed a world's first tobacco law to ban smoking. Now it is not banning people from smoking, but it is banning certain people from smoking. So how are they doing it? We'll find out when we are talking about it right now. So New Zealand has passed a law to completely end the smoking tobacco, banning youth from buying cigarettes for life. Now, how it's going to happen? Now, this bill aims to ban the sale of tobacco to people who are born after the date of 1st January 2009 and reduce the number of cigarette retailers in the country. And also, the bill has received bipartisan support in New Zealand's parliament, and the Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has also plans to reduce the amount of nicotine that is allowed in smokers' tobacco products. Now, the passage of the bill would reduce the number of tobacco retail nationwide to about 1/10 of the current number of 6,000. Now, the benefit of the bill that this will lead to thousands of lives longer and additional 5 billion less burden on the health system, as there were no need to treat diseases caused by smoking such as cancer, heart attacks, and to also prevent the higher number of deaths related to tobacco consumption, and also which was disappropriately affects the native Marioro population of the country, because they are already less in number, so they need to also protect the people of the country. So New Zealand becomes the world's first tobacco law to banning smoking, right? So very important news. If you are someone preparing for CLAT, you should definitely know this. Now, branding a child as illegitimate in itself amounts to harassment, right? That's what the Bombay High Court has said. This is a recent case that has come up. Now, what has happened in this case, we'll talk about a bit. Now, the Bombay High Court granted this guardianship of a minor to her biological parents, observing that the parents' plea cannot be rejected merely because Muslim law indicates that as an illegitimate child, she has no right to inheritance or descent, right? So that is why it is in the court. That's why the court said this statement, okay, that the court is of the opinion, since the petitioners in the present case are biological parents, it would be a travesty of justice if prayers made in the present petitions are not considered merely because the personal law applicable to the minor child indicates that being an illegitimate child, she has no right towards inheritance or descent. Now, there was Justice Manish Patel, who were favorable, considered the guardianship of the petition that was filed by the biological parents and keeping the interest of the minor child as a paramount consideration. The child's mother also married the respondent in 2005. The child was born with the subsequence of this marriage. The mother and respondent divorced in 2015. Now, the petitioners were facing practical difficulties as the child's birth certificate recorded the respondent as the father. Hence, they approached the High Court. It was the petitioner case that they are living with the child and the DNA report shows that they are her biological parents. Therefore, the claim that they are fit to be appointed as a guardian of the minor child. So that's why putting such a case of harassment is not something that should be put as illegitimate child. Now, such a situation where the minor child, for no fault of hers, is left high and dry cannot be pronounced, and therefore the court is of the opinion that keeping of the child's interest is paramount. The present petition can be favorably considered. That means that she will be given a part of the property of the father because she was born in the wedlock. They don't consider it as an illegitimate child. So the court is taking necessary steps to do the same. Now the next case is that even if dowry is not demanded before at the time of the marriage, subsequent demand is also sufficient to attract a Dowry Prohibition Act. So that's what the Kerala High Court has said. Now the Kerala High Court also said something which was very important, that while enacting the sections of 304B of the IPC, the legislature slowly intended to curb the social evil of dowry demand. Now, Section 2 of the Dowry Prohibition Act, amended with effect from 1986, and Section 304B Dowry death was introduced in the Indian Penal Code with effect from the very same day. Okay, so the legislative intent to bring out these amendments in all the three statutes simultaneously will show the strong desire to eradicate the social evil of dowry death from the society using iron hands of law. So you can see that this was a very, very important thing that the court has said, that they have already tried to come up with so many laws and try to ban it off so that it doesn't happen again in the future, and they're trying to protect it from every nook and corner of this law. So, but even if people are asking and subsequently demanding it after the marriage, or like whatever happens after the marriage, still it attracts the punishment for dowry, and that's what the Kerala High Court has said in this particular case. Right? So thank you, and if you are new to the channel, please do make sure that you hit on the like, share and subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit on the bell icon. This will be a huge motivation from your end for us to make more videos for you. So do make sure that you are joining us for all our live videos, and all the students who are going to give the CLAT exam, all the best to all of you for Sunday. I hope you all get your dream National Law University and you get the colleges you have wished for. So all the best for your future. Please be careful in your exam and stay calm, and also make sure that you're composed while solving your question paper. Don't panic out, and please stay confident and take care of yourself. Have a good night's sleep tomorrow and have a great exam day before tomorrow, and make sure you are just getting the best results for yourself. So all the best to all the students appearing for the CLAT exam, and thank you for watching this video and coming up and joining us live on this channel. So thank you, and take care of yourself and have a nice day ahead.